Under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, India's foreign policy has undergone significant transformation, marked by an assertive approach to its neighboring countries. The dynamics with these countries, however, have proven to be complex and fraught with challenges, particularly with China and Pakistan, but also with Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. Each relationship carries its own historical baggage, and Modi's tenure has brought both opportunities and tensions, reshaping India's role in the region. The relationship between India and China has been particularly tumultuous. The 2020 Galwan Valley clash was a pivotal moment, representing not just a military confrontation, but also a deepening of distrust between the two nations. The violent skirmish, which resulted in casualties on both sides, marked the first deadly confrontation in decades and sent shockwaves through diplomatic channels. It highlighted the fragility of Sino-Indian relations, which had already been strained by long-standing border disputes and China's increasing assertiveness in the region. Modi's government responded with a mix of strategic military posturing and diplomatic outreach, seeking to bolster ties with other regional players while attempting to contain China's influence. The clash underscored the challenges of managing a relationship that is both competitive and interdependent, leaving India grappling with how to navigate its position as a rising power in the shadow of its more dominant neighbor. Relations with Pakistan have also been significantly affected by Modi's policies, particularly following the abrogation of Article 370 in August 2019, which revoked the special status of Jammu and Kashmir. This move was met with fierce opposition from Pakistan, which viewed it as a unilateral change to a disputed territory. The diplomatic fallout was immediate, with Pakistan downgrading diplomatic ties and intensifying its rhetoric against India. The abrogation not only escalated tensions, but also complicated any potential for dialogue. Modi's government adopted a hardline stance, emphasizing national security and counterterrorism, which has made reconciliation efforts increasingly difficult. Consequently, the prospects for peace and stability in the region seem more elusive than ever, with both nations entrenched in their respective positions. Nepal, traditionally seen as a close ally of India, has also experienced a downturn in relations under Modi's administration. The border dispute that erupted in 2020, when India unveiled a new political map that included territories claimed by Nepal, led to a significant diplomatic setback. Nepal responded by releasing its own map, asserting its claims over the disputed regions. This incident not only strained bilateral ties, but also highlighted the growing influence of China in Nepal, as the Himalayan nation began to look towards Beijing for economic support and investment. The shift in Nepal's alignment poses a challenge for India, which has historically viewed its northern neighbor as a buffer against Chinese expansionism. In Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, India's foreign policy has been characterized by attempts to strengthen ties while managing the influence of China. Sri Lanka's increasing reliance on Chinese investments, particularly in infrastructure projects, has raised alarms in New Delhi. The strategic port of Hambantota, leased to a Chinese company, exemplifies India's concerns over China's expanding footprint in the Indian Ocean region. Meanwhile, in Bangladesh, India has sought to foster closer economic ties, but issues such as the Citizenship Amendment Act and concerns over the treatment of minority communities have complicated relations. The challenge for India lies in balancing its regional aspirations with the realities of local political dynamics, which can often be influenced by external players like China. The Maldives presents another case of shifting alliances. The political landscape in the Maldives has oscillated between pro-India and pro-China administrations. Modi's government initially enjoyed strong ties with the Maldives under President Abdullah Yameen, who favored Chinese investment. However, the election of President Ibrahim Solih in 2018 marked a pivot back toward India. Yet, the ongoing competition for influence in the Maldives remains a delicate balancing act for India, as it seeks to counter China's growing presence in the Indian Ocean. India's foreign policy challenges extend to its handling of Afghanistan following the Taliban's takeover in August 2021. The abrupt change in power left India grappling with the implications for its investments and strategic interests in the country. India's historical ties with the Afghan government and its efforts to promote democracy and development were abruptly undermined. The Taliban's return to power has not only complicated India's security concerns, but has also raised questions about its ability to project influence in a region where Pakistan has traditionally held sway. The vacuum left by the international community's withdrawal has further complicated India's position, making it difficult to navigate the new geopolitical landscape. Amidst these challenges, the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, SAARC, has stalled, largely due to rising Chinese-led initiatives that have gained traction in the region. The inability of SAARC to effectively address regional issues has diminished its relevance, while China has expanded its influence through initiatives like the Belt and Road Initiative. This shift has raised concerns in New Delhi about its role as a regional leader, as it finds itself increasingly sidelined in favor of Chinese-led frameworks. Despite these regional challenges, India has made notable advancements on the global stage. Modi's government has actively sought to position India as a key player in international forums, advocating for reforms in global governance and enhancing its strategic partnerships with major powers like the United States, Japan, and Australia. However, the contradictions in India's foreign policy, assertiveness in its neighborhood, contrasted with a desire for global leadership, underscore the complexities of its position. As India navigates the intricate web of relationships with its neighbors, the challenges are manifold. The deteriorating ties with China and Pakistan, the diplomatic setbacks with Nepal, the shifting alliances in Sri Lanka and the Maldives, and the uncertain future in Afghanistan all contribute to a landscape that is both precarious and dynamic. The implications of these developments will shape India's regional standing and influence as it strives to assert itself as a leader while grappling with the realities of its neighborhood. Ultimately, how India manages these relationships in the years to come will be crucial in defining its role as a regional power in an increasingly multipolar world.